Isn't there's no game audio? It's just me talking. That's not so good. Anyway, let's go to the live. Oh, I hit. Yeah, it sounds like there's a tractor idling outside your window.
I bet you it's that fucking thing right there. It's like I can't fucking do a podcast upstairs. Sorry. I hate this fucking house. You cunt, bitch. Slut. Ugh. What am I supposed to fucking do?
Okay, this is crazy because I'm listening to it so many different times.
I don't know what to fucking do. This house just fucking vibrates. I wonder. Are you fucking kidding me? It's my PC. My PC is vibrating the ground.
Yeah, it could be a fan bearing. That would make sense.
I wonder what happens if I put it up here.
Hey Rob, how you doing?
Hi, Rob.
The house is trying to seduce you, Gary.
Yes, it's vibrating everything. Hold on. There's gotta be a way I can stop this shit from vibrating. Well, at least. Fuck off, Dan. I'm engineering my way out of this situation.
It's just so weird that I can't hear it.
Normally, it's because you're not
Yeah.
getting the direct input from the PC.
Are you streaming it with the right microphone?
Yes.
Okay.
Alright, so I need to figure out a way to hang my PC up.
I'd stand it on like a camping bedroll. That would probably do it. And when you've got time, try stopping. Like, just put your finger on the fans and see if stopping one of them stops the noise. Yeah, how's the phone repair going, Rob? I fix it. Really does do great teardowns. I want to get their toolkit. It's a really nice toolkit. When I sell my house, I'm going to treat myself to it. It's not a cheap toolkit, but it's pretty sweet.
Maybe I'll hold my fucking mic up to my face. There's literally nothing I can do.
Yeah. I have no idea. Oh, they skipped the model. That sucks. I need to replace the screen on my Note 8. I'm not looking forward to doing that because obviously it's curved. But
Thank you
it's
for
the
keeping Dan
slipperiest
entertained.
phone in the world. It's just so annoying. It was on a slight incline and it slipped off. It was basically my sitting on top of my Nintendo Switch on the kitchen table. And it just slid off the Switch because it's not quite level when it's because of the triggers. And then landed on my tiled floor in my kitchen. And it's everything unless it's perfectly level.
Dan, we're gonna have to restart the thing because it accidentally got disconnected.
Okay.
So we're gonna have to restart the recording.
I shall stop recording then and delete that.
Alright.
Yeah, Rob, I think I'm just going to buy myself a new phone. There's rumors that Samsung are coming out with a foldable 3-screen device that looks awesome. It starts off like when it's folded up, it's a bit smaller than a norm, like I guess about iPhone size, and then it unfolds
Okay, we
to
have 4
almost
people
like
watching this.
tablets.
This is horrible today. Dan, on go. 3, 2, 1, go.
Okay, 2, 3, 4. It's recording.
How's it sound in the chat?
Not as bad as it was.
Let me see if I can make it a little bit better. My fucking PC. See, I need like a quiet running PC apparently. Let's try this. That seemed to make it worse. Fucking hate this shit. Why? Thank God you didn't watch that one. Shit balls. Alright.
And we've got some new stuff to go in the notes before we actually start doing this.
I'm sorry that my PC sucks. I'm literally hanging it from the ceiling this week.
I'll have to sort you out with a Dan PC when I come round to visit.
No, this fucking house is so unsturdy.
Yeah, I'm in a like 300-year-old barn.
Yeah, but your fucking floor is probably concrete.
Yeah, concrete with cork on top and then underlay and then carpet.
Good idea, Rob. I'm putting my fucking PC on a sex swing. Alright, can we go? Can we start?
Yep. Okay. Greetings, guys, gals, and guildies, and welcome to episode 217 of the Gamesmen RPG podcast. The Gamesmen are here to play roles, and I'm playing the role of your host this week. My name is Dan Hartley, Dan Natman, and with me, as ever, is Gary Amorous89 Lever. How are you doing, sir?
Hi, my name's Gary and I'm an alcoholic. You're welcome. Thank you for the concerned listeners. I love it. It's so weird. People actually care. But it's okay because I've been drunk on the podcast before. And I was celebrating that I fucking got out of my job. So, yeah. I'm good. Anyway. And I love my new job. Oh my god, do I love my new job. It's fucking amazing. And I have Moscow Mule here. Ready? Hold on. We're good. Alright. So that's hopefully a note to people that are very concerned. I am fine. Anyway, I'm awesome. Thanks for asking. I did a lot of stuff. Thank you, Rob.
So yeah, what have you been up to this week?
Well, as of Sunday and yesterday, I put in a wood floor. Yeah. Well, I partially put in a wood floor. Yeah. in my hallway here, and I just picked up more shit off the floor so I can move into the living room now. So that's gonna be awesome. I'm super excited to do that. But my job's been great. Fucking love it. Days go by super quick. I can hold my attention there because apparently my last job just sucked. So I have been loving every fucking day. It's been great. Um,
Cool.
yes. Uh, other than that, well, I cut the grass this week because it's fucking getting so goddamn high, and I could actually make it up my hill this week because the ground finally dried and settled. Rain's been killing my yard this year. But yeah, everything's been good, and well, I guess I'll just get into a movie I watched. No, what? No, I'll mention the movie whenever I'm talking about the game because it
Yeah,
kind of
that
makes sense
makes
why I
sense.
did it.
Yeah.
So I guess the only other thing I have to talk about is a podcast I've been listening to, which is
Mm,
called "Pounded in the Butt" by my own podcast. Um,
that's a hell of a name.
yeah, well, it makes sense because every podcast a guy gets pounded in the ass by something. Last time was a airplane. Uh, don't ask me how I fucking had sex with an air. It's fucking weird.
So
So it's
this
all
is
gay erotica podcast, like people reading the books. This last, the one from this week was actually read out by fuck, I can't remember his name. He's from the Adventure Zone and my brother and me. It's one of the McElroy
okay.
men. I'm trying to find the book. There it is. It is Justin McElroy. And he read out this one called Slammed in the Butt by My Handsome Laundry Detergent. This is the one I want to talk about because it goes into the whole people eating Tide Pods and shit. So, this guy's got a car and he needs to get his car washed. And this guy's like, oh, I got this. I know the secret car wash that you can go to. It's like the best around and stuff. And then this guy's cleaning his car and he's got this big trench coat on and stuff. And then he notices his hands and they're like they are um, protruding soap off of them and stuff. And he's like, I won't tell anybody about your secrets. And then he takes off the fucking thing and it's like a ripped Tide Pod and shit. And so anyway, this is all and like everything, and it has to be written by the same person because they say the fucking exact same things every time that, and it happens the same way every time. The guy gives the thing a blowjob. The whatever object fucks them, comes in them, makes them come, and then I don't know. Anyway, it's fucking weird. So if you're gay or you really like that stuff, listen to it because I think it's fucking crazy and funny. But anyway, the whole thing about this one with the Tide Pod is it's like I have to hide myself because people are eating my kind, and I thought it was funny. And then, so at the very end of it, after the whole sex and everything's done, it's like you look different because you know how the Tide Pod like looks like candy with the like swirly color thing. Well, it's like, oh, you look just white and like completely white, like your swirly thing. You don't look like candy anymore. And it's like, man, we should like tell the people that make you to do this, so people will stop eating you or eating your kind. And it's like, how can we do that? Can we write a letter? No, they won't listen to that. How else would we do it? We could write a gay erotica about it. So full circle there, but I thought it was pretty hilarious. But yeah, there's some. Well, I mean, the first episode was called "Pounded in the Butt" by my own butt. Um, anyway,
Okay.
yeah, it's all fucked up.
It
Yes,
sounds
Rob.
really, really weird.
Oh, it's really fucking weird. But yeah, it's brought up by the same people. I hate the fucking guy because he does like this character voice thing, and I skip like him talking each time, and I just go into the reading of it. And the only reason that I started listening to it was because the guy Cecil from Welcome to Night Vale read the first one, and it's good. Um, but yeah, so I figured, it's like, oh, he's reading it, okay. So I did that, and I was like, this is fucking weird. So I keep listening to it for whatever reason, but it's literally the same thing every time. So weird. But yeah, that was my week. Dan.
Okay. Well, since you started with podcasts, I shall start with podcasts. First up, episode 2 of This Sounds Serious is out. I haven't listened to that one yet, but This Sounds Serious is really, really quite funny. Um, Basically, set in 2007 in Florida, a famous local weatherman has been found dead by his brother in his waterbed. His brother calls 911 to report the murder, and this sets off a series of events involving cults, boy bands, horses, and mistaken identity. It is incredibly funny. It is well worth listening to. Give it a shot. I It's one of few podcasts recently that have actually made me laugh out loud. That's mainly because I don't really listen to that much comedy in the way of podcasts. The other thing I've been listening to is, well, it's pretty obvious what it is from its title. It's called Stuff They Don't Want You to Know About. And yeah, basically it's all about conspiracy theories. Um, and it's from the guys at howstuffworks.com. It's kind of interesting. Um, yeah, UFOs, psychic powers, governments, conspiracies, stuff like that. Stuff that hasn't been explained. And yeah, it's just kind of interesting. Something that I listen to fall asleep to, really. Um,
Like,
okay,
I've been
next up,
listening to the podcast, conspiracy theories and shit like that.
yeah,
I love
yeah,
all that shit.
and of course, last podcast on the left, we still listen to that as well.
Oh yeah.
TV wise, well, not really anything on TV as such. It's all been the internet and Netflix. First up, loads of TED Talks. I spent about 5 hours the other night just watching TED Talks, and just completely engrossed. Time went by in the blink of an eye. I've kind of sort of become addicted to them now. So that's good. Um, what else? Joe Rogan questions everything, much like his podcast. It's basically Joe Rogan in questioning stuff like going UFO hunting and you know just general stuff that he talks about on his podcast. It does seem quite often to be an advert for his podcast, which is somewhat annoying. Um, some people, there's actually quite a few people that have left negative reviews for it, but I actually really enjoy it. I mean, there's an episode on chemtrails, which are basically the condensation trails that come out of the back of planes,
Chemicals.
and yeah,
They're
there's a
trying to
load
kill
of
us.
people that think it's chemicals and the government trying to, yeah. So it's more kind of conspiracy stuff. Um, so yeah, I've been watching that, and there's a new Netflix series called Superstition.
Ooh.
Uh, yeah, this is a bit like Supernatural,
Aw.
or
I thought it
but
was gonna be like lore or something like that.
but I'm quite enjoying it. It's basically there's this guy and his family who fight bad stuff.
They fight the number 13.
No, but there is something on the first on Friday the 13th. The first episode is. Yeah, there's a fair bit of gore. I'm kind of enjoying it.
I like gore.
It's not very long. I don't think it's that long. Also, I've been watching The Rain, which is pretty cool. The Rain kills people. That's set in Sweden. You might want to check that out.
Theme.
But yeah, Superstition. Really kind of enjoying. I've seen 9 episodes so far. It's basically about this family that combats evil. It also reminded me a bit of Warehouse 13, only there's no warehouse. It's just their house. They've got like
In the
loads of
middle
stuff.
of the street.
Yeah, a
Sorry.
bit of madness there. So yeah, that's pretty much what I've been listening to and watching. But I haven't said what I've done this week. Not a lot, to be honest. I haven't really eaten much. I haven't really done anything. I've just been feeling a bit rough. Big Rob is in the chat. He's asking questions. Um,
There are 5 people watching. Why will nobody else answer? Um,
so yeah, I guess we're going to get on to the movie Gary's watched and the games that we've played this week. So
that makes sense. I
Gary,
guess
why
I can
don't
start off
you?
with that game first. But the one thing I want to say is, yes, being single and nobody in the house sucks because I don't want to cook anything. So I've been eating like canned soup for fucking weeks now. And horrible Chef Boyardee fucking raviolis. So trailer for the show in the vein of Lost in Space. Oh yeah, Lost in Space was good. And there was some show in Spanish that looked awesome but subbed. Alright, anyway, getting into it, Assassin's Creed. So, I've been playing Assassin's Creed Origins, and there is current day shit. So, awesome. Um, and I don't know if this is, somehow gonna turn into the new Desmond. So, we'll see, I guess. I'm not that far into it. I'm level 10. I made it to Alexandria. I like it so far. I'm getting pissed off because I keep getting killed. Like, I go into this, or like these, you had to find the snake, and like the mission before that, there was this one guy who was going around this entire fort and shit, and I was trying to figure out a way to kill all these fucking people and then kill him. And, well, I got lucky the last time I fucking took a Bastille and, fucking shot him in the face a couple times with it, and all of his buddies. So that worked out
I
perfect.
I really like setting a trap on their signal flares.
Yeah. Well, the
Um,
fire or whatever.
yeah, signal
The
fires. You
pyre.
just
Pyre.
yeah
That's what it is.
yeah you set a trap there, and some guy goes to light it, and he gets engulfed in flames and dies a
See, I said
fiery
the
death.
trap. I never saw it used yet. Because it seems like every time I actually do stuff like that, like, I actually do well, and I don't fuck up. Um, but yeah, so, like, the beginning of the game's good, and then, like, you go into your first cutscenes and stuff, and then you get pulled out of the animus, and it's like, hey, you're this girl. And kind of feel like she's gonna be a Laura Croft in the end. Um,
Yeah, have you explored around the at all? Because each
yeah,
time
I
you come
saw
out of
some
the Animus,
papers
there's
and
a
stuff.
bit more you can. Yeah, each
Yeah,
time you come out of the Animus, there's a bit more you can explore because of the memory leak.
go back in, so I'm about to play some other memories. But and I thought that's gonna be really cool, actually. Like that thing. I don't want to spoil it. I don't know if people would really care, but yeah, like I went around and I saw this thing that said something Rickon or Ricker. I can't remember the guy's name though. Alan Ricker, I think it was. And then I was like, oh, who's that? And then I looked it up. I was like, oh, he's in the Assassin's Creed movie. Well, I guess I know what I'm doing till 1 o'clock in the morning tonight. I watched Assassin's Creed. It was actually okay. I
Yeah,
actually liked it.
I think I tried watching it once, but it was late at night and I'd taken my sleeping pills, so you know I fell asleep. So I
No
will get around to
way.
watching it at some point.
Yeah,
But I
it's not
don't
bad.
always fall asleep with my sleeping pills. That's the annoying thing.
But
And then I just feel tired the next day.
yay. But yeah, movie was actually pretty good. For a video game movie, I'd say it's pretty good. pretty damn good.
Well, whilst we're talking about it, I also have played a bit of Assassin's Creed Origins this week as well. I streamed a bit of it. It keeps crashing on my system because apparently there's some
Your
issue
system is
with.
too good.
Well, apparently it doesn't like Ryzen CPUs. So, yeah, thanks Ubisoft. Um, but yeah, I'm
But what
enjoying it. It
level
looks
are you
beautiful.
in it?
I have no idea. Um,
I did just find out from Board because he was saying like I made it to like level 13 or whatever, and then I asked him today. I was like, "What level were you?" Because he was playing at the time. It's like 49. I was like, "Holy fuck!" Because it was like a week ago that he was talking about that. But apparently, you can get bumped up to 45 to do the community like god killing things or whatever.
Yeah, I deliberately haven't done that, so I'm playing it through normally.
I
And
thought maybe once I get maybe into the 30s, I may go, you know what? Yeah, I'll just jump up. But yeah, it gives you all the ability points and shit, so you can just like buff them up completely.
yeah,
So it's like,
I
oh,
just
that's
want to
kind of
play
cheating.
it. I just kind of want to progress the way you would in the game.
Oh yeah.
I don't want to experience any of the bits out of order and be in an area which technically I I'm over leveled for or
Well, I like being over
whatever.
level, but maybe 30 levels above is too high.
Yeah.
But that's another
I'm
thing.
around level 20, I think.
That's one thing
So
that
yeah.
kind of pisses me off is after you leave Siwa and you have to go to Alexandria. Like I'm going to all these, I'm finding all these like bandit camps or whatever, or I guess not bandit, but Greek soldier camps or whatnot, and
Roman.
they're like level 17 and all this shit, and I'm like, what the fuck? Um,
Yeah.
But like I go up to this guy. I was like, okay, yeah. I sneak up on this guy, and I can't see his health, or like a level above him or anything. So I go and go to take him out, and I can't kill him because he's too fucking high of a level, which sucks because
Yeah, and
I'm assassinating a fucking person.
even in the starting area, there's an area where
Yeah, yep. I
you
found that
really don't
one.
want to go to until you've leveled up quite a bit.
Yeah, I was pissed off
Um,
with that one. I was like, what the fuck? Um,
yeah, it's just the other side of the lake, isn't it?
yep. Yeah, I found that. I was
Yeah.
like, god damn it. But I did run into a place that was like level 20, and I went sneaky and stole the treasure and ran my ass out of there. Which was a pretty good weapon that I actually got out of it. So I was like, yeah. Um,
Nice.
yeah, so that's another thing. I like the weapons and like the whole RPG feel about it. That's pretty
Yeah,
awesome.
and the way that if you want to keep your weapon, if you've got a bow you particularly like, you can just level that up at a
Yeah, you can
blacksmith's up to
upgrade it
your
and
level.
stuff.
It's pretty good as long as
Yeah.
you've got enough money.
Yeah, I thought that was cool. I do like the crafting of better quiver. I, I guess it's your arm guard
Yeah,
or whatever for more stability, right? I think that's what that's supposed to
yeah.
do.
It's for archery, so
Yeah,
the string doesn't actually just flail the skin off your arm,
yeah. And
which is a
then
real
there's
thing.
the bracer. Well, yeah. But
Yeah,
then there's the bracer, and you can do that and shit.
yeah, and your
Um,
pouch for things like sleeping darts and smoke bombs and stuff like
I
that.
haven't even gotten any of that yet. But and
Um,
then the
yeah, all the
cowl or
standard
whatever
kind of
goes around your neck.
yeah. There's all the standard stuff you expect in an Assassin's Creed game, but obviously some of it's sets
It's done in a
areas.
different way in this game, and I like it
Yeah,
better this way. I think.
yeah. I think it's definitely um, improved not being a yearly release and having that extra time to work on it and actually produce something.
And the
Um,
fucking map is gigantic.
yeah, that is it's too big.
Yeah, and I was telling Steve about it. He's like, "Is it like Witcher map big?" I was like, "The same, if not bigger, because it's a fucking big map."
Yeah, it's a damn big map, and a lot of it's desert, so it's a big map with not a lot in it really, considering how big it is. It's not densely populated um, everywhere. Obviously, the towns are quite dense, but they can be quite far apart. So, so yeah, it is somewhat
Oh,
annoying at times.
have you have
But
you heard voices in the desert?
no,
I guess if you're out in the heat too long, like I was hearing voices and shit.
oh,
Yeah, I guess you can hallucinate. So that's actually I don't know if I was hallucinating or not, because there was like a random patch of fire just on a dune.
it could have been you hallucinating.
All those drugs. Speaking of that, the last podcast on the left, the side story, whenever they were talking about the acid, he's like,
Yeah,
he's like, it's the best TV show I've ever watched,
yeah.
or
Looking
movie,
at
or
the
whatever it
wall.
was. I was like, I
Yeah.
want to try acid now. If you're worried
There's
about
a
me being an
cocktail next to
alcoholic, you
this,
should
and I'm
worry about
like,
me wanting to do drugs.
I like the bit where he's like, he's standing in this place where there's a cop, and he's like, "Why do I feel like I've done acid? I haven't done any acid." Like, dude.
Oh my
Uh,
god. But yeah, that
yeah.
was,
What else? What else have you played?
yeah, I guess that's really it. But yeah, I am enjoying Assassin's Creed. I'm happy that I started, but I'm pissed because I haven't played God of War, which I should play because it's not as long as this game's gonna be.
Yeah, I need to get Dad of War.
Yeah, I should probably like plan out my time to like maybe do an hour of God of War like each day because I love that fucking axe, just throwing it out and calling it back. It's awesome. Um, I played a little bit of Monster Hunter this week. I actually didn't play it that much. Nobody was playing it this week, so I kind of just didn't do too much. Did a little bit, but I mean, I can't really say anything because I didn't do any like. Well, I'll talk about that maybe last. Far Cry 5, but I think American Dan and I are done with that at least for now, because, well, it's not because like we've done everything. Like we're having a lot of fun doing the arcade shit because it's like you literally just do an outpost or like because I think I said it last week where we did the like Silent Hill thing and shit. And like they just have a bunch of different scenario things you can do and stuff that people create. It's really awesome. But like that's all we've been doing in it. I don't think we're gonna go back in the main game because it's really not that fun just going around and doing like the missions. Arcade's like where it's at. And I guess getting out of that, I'll say what we have been playing, which is Ghost Recon Wildlands. And yeah, we've been doing more of that. We took out the first people, moving to like the second area and shit. And yeah, going around killing shit, getting weapon parts, getting supplies and all that shit. And I think we played with Boone this week. I think it was this week that we played. Yeah, we did. Yeah, all three of us played.
Another game I need to get.
Yeah. But yeah, that's been fun. I'm not that far into it, so like we could literally go into your game and start you off. Like all we do is get in a helicopter and then fly to all the fucking different places on the map to like pick things up that are there. Try to find some supplies because you need to have so much supplies to like upgrade an ability or whatever. So or like get it's like make your drone better somehow, and then it's like you gotta use fuel or something to upgrade, and you have to have an ability point, so you have to have like both that work together to actually upgrade stuff, which kind of sucks because I'm like I got like 8 fucking points, but I can't use any of them. Actually, it's really weird. I don't understand how their stuff works because you can't see that you have these ability points. Which, if I have 8, I should be able to see 8, and I just need to get the materials or whatever to actually get a new ability or something. So, I don't know. I kind of want to do that Predator thing again. That was fun. Let's see. So, Ghost Recon Wildlands. Oh, yeah. PC Building Simulator.
And that's a great game. I haven't played that this week. I really like it.
Dumb. I don't know why it's fun. It's like, why am I having fun buying parts on the internet, having them shipped next day, replacing all these parts, and then getting more?
Really annoying because they don't tell you enough about the computer that's coming. It's like,
Mm,
oh hi, I've got this much money. I need a PC that scores this in Passmark or whatever it is,
yeah,
and
3D
can you
Mark.
do that for me? And you're like, well, okay, if you're starting off with something that's all right, not too bad. But if you're just giving me a fucking potential spare parts now, so it's kind of easy to just shove stuff in. So, and I always buy stuff on the secondhand market as well. That takes like 10 days to arrive. I use that to keep my stock up.
Huh.
That's
Yeah,
handy. It
I mean, I
saves a
didn't
bit of
play
cash.
that much. Like, I think I've played halfway through your first month. Um,
Yeah, yeah.
I may have one. I can't remember. Maybe I have 1 week left in the month. But I should play it some more. But like, I've been trying to play, games that I can talk more about. I mean, but it's literally like I'm building PCs. I want RAM. I want a motherboard. I want to do all this stuff, and it's like okay. So yeah, I mean that's where I'm at. I guess where you're at is a little bit more complex, so it's not like just doing
Yeah, I'm
taking
getting
parts
orders
off.
for builds, so I have to pick out a case and build an entire computer for the right budget and stuff. So yeah, I
Interesting.
enjoy it. It's the kind of game if you've got two screens, you can put Netflix on the second screen and watch stuff whilst you're playing it.
Yeah.
It's
Does the
it's
day
pretty
ever
chilled out.
end? Like, can it end for you
I
if you
don't
don't?
know. I've never spent so long to find out.
Yeah,
I
that's what I
always
was
turn the
wondering.
lights off because that keeps the electricity bill down.
I never thought about that.
So yeah, I power everything off and turn the lights off before the ending the day. There should be what it really needs. It's freaking annoying. The exit door that should have a light switch next to it. It doesn't have a light switch there. So when you come in and the lights are, you've got to walk down the corridor in pitch blackness to get to your office space where the light switch is. Really annoys me that the light switch is not in the right
Who
place.
made this house or apartment?
Yeah. In fact, I think I even tweeted them saying, "Can we have a light switch next to the exit door?" Because that would just be. It's it's where you put light switches. When I come into my house, right next to my front door, there's a bank of light switches, so I can turn the lights on at night, so I can see what I'm doing. I don't have to walk upstairs to turn my lights on and maybe trip over a cat or something.
You have a
I
cat?
don't have
What?
a cat. No,
I was like, where did this cat come from?
I have had cats come in, like
That's weird.
off, just wander in before. These two little black kittens that used to come round every now and then,
Aww.
back when all the guys still lived in the village, and we'd be like drinking beer and having a bit of a smoke, and this cat would come in and get stoned. It was quite funny.
All right.
But yeah, we both played a bit of PUBG earlier today.
Played quite a bit of PUBG today. Yeah, I was not doing good at all today. At all. Like, I don't know. We just were not doing very good at all today. So, I mean, yeah, we played quite a bit of matches. Like, at least, I don't know, 12?
Yeah, and we played with DJ Leroy, Solid Alcohol,
And
Lee.
Rory! Or
Yeah,
Mr.
Mr. Big Potatoes.
He's definitely a big
That was
potato.
pretty cool. Really weird thing. I started doing better whilst I had Netflix on my second screen. Apparently, being distracted by Netflix makes me kill better. So I don't know. Maybe I should try driving and watching YouTube at the same time. No, I'm not going to do that.
Please don't, Dan.
Yeah, is that everything else?
Yeah, I guess I don't really have anything else to say about. I mean, we played it. I suck. We didn't. Wait. We got into the top 10, or no?
Yeah,
We
yeah,
got to number 6, right? Yeah, we were at
yeah, we
6.
came sixth.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's about as good as
Rory
we
and I
did.
did quite well afterwards. I one match I got like 3 or 4 kills.
Because Lee and I weren't there.
Just firing off the hip. I was doing really quite well. Um, I played a load of Wolfenstein 2, The New Colossus.
How far are you in?
Um, I've been home.
Are you saying
So
America or? Oh, that's right.
yeah,
Yeah,
to
you
that,
go to his
yeah,
house.
yeah, and the things happened with the head. I'm not going to say any more than that
Wasn't
in
that
case anyone
fucking
hasn't.
awesome? It was insane.
I really wasn't expecting it. It felt
Oh,
like the game was going to end, and I was like, "Oh, that was a different ending." And then you're like, "Oh, okay. I guess I'm
yeah, it
not
was
that
pretty
far
awesome.
into the game yet."
But yeah, I mean, a lot of like what people said whenever this game came out was like, there's a lot of like, holy shit moments in the game. But
Yeah,
yeah, I love
it's
it.
pretty bloody, pretty gory. It looks absolutely freaking awesome on my system. I have it all cranked up, and it's smooth as butter. I should stream some next time I
Oh,
play it.
oh, oh. One thing I need to ask: did you get a special ability yet?
Yes,
Which one did you choose?
the one that allows me to run through walls.
I went. I went shrink mode. I don't like. I don't know what to call it.
Oh, the one where if you crouch, you can't breathe.
Yeah. Well, no. If you're going through a pipe the size of a fucking like smaller than your head, so I don't know how you're fitting through it. But yeah, that was fucking. That shit was weird. I can't remember what was the third one. I can't
Um,
remember.
Stupidly long legs that allow you to
Oh yeah.
double jump, and yeah, I went for the one that basically was the least weird, I guess.
Right. I liked mine because there was a lot of like being able to sneak through things and to like kill people and stuff. I love
I
that. That
ran
was fun.
into a guy and he just exploded, and there was gore everywhere. I was like, awesome!
The other good thing about that is like if you run through a wall and like somebody's on the other side, like fucking take them out.
Yeah, yeah,
So,
that was pretty cool. I'm really enjoying it. Yeah, there are some twists in that game.
oh
Um,
yeah.
yeah. Um, Something that isn't quite really a game. I'm in the GeForce Now beta, and I've been trying that. For those of you who don't know what it is, basically, it's going to be a paid service from NVIDIA. And what it allows you to do is if your computer isn't good enough to run whatever game you want to play, like Assassin's Creed on full settings, you use GeForce Now, and on their servers, it opens up a virtual Windows, yeah, machine,
Playing the game basically.
and
Or
and
running the game.
then you stream the gameplay to your computer. There's When I played it, there wasn't a huge amount of input lag. I think I could probably get away with possibly playing some first-person shooters on it. I wouldn't play
Mm,
anything in competition,
oh no.
but single-player first-person shooters should be all right.
You
Um,
probably wouldn't want to play on veteran like on Call of Duty though.
no, no. Um, and yeah, it's pretty cool. The only thing is you've got to obviously own the games, so you have to log into your Steam account on this virtual machine or your Uplay account, your Origin account. So if you've got any concern that Nvidia might steal your login details, then obviously enable two-factor authentication on all those services. That'll help. Um, but yeah, it works pretty well. One thing is you have to install the games on the virtual machine, so you do have to wait a little while for those games to
That's weird.
install. But
It'll still use
there,
your same game save and stuff.
if you've got cloud saving, if the game has cloud saves and you've saved on cloud in
Hmm.
Steam, then it'll keep your save. If it's just stored locally on your machine, then no. Um, but but yeah,
This
it's
might
pretty
actually
good.
be. This might.
Annoyingly, it doesn't stream in ultra wide. So at the moment, so you only get a 16:9 picture. But yeah, it works pretty well. I had a weird issue. I didn't get any sound for any of the games I played,
Hmm.
so that's a bit of a problem I'm having.
Um,
And it's also going to be quite expensive. It's going to be $25. Well, when it first announced, they haven't said if they're going to change it or not.
I
When
don't
they
think it
first
needs
announced
to.
it, it was going to be $25 for 20 hours of gameplay. So that is quite a lot. But if you're like going away for a weekend and you've only got a crappy laptop and you really want to play some games and where you're going has got an excellent internet connection, it recommends about 25 megabits down.
That's actually not that much at all.
And I can't remember what up, but yeah, it's an interesting service, but that price and the fact that both my computers can actually play the games and it looks better um, rather than streaming it for me. I'm probably not going to use it, but I'm having fun testing it. Um, so yeah, you should try it out with Assassin's Creed, Gary, because you were saying it um, wasn't running quite so great on your system.
Well, I mean, I need to play around with some settings, but I did turn it down. Well, I'm hoping it saved the because it seemed like it ran the first day fine after I changed settings. Maybe it didn't save whenever I closed. I haven't looked though, so I don't know. But yeah, I should
Next
try
up,
it.
next up, a little bit of mini ninjas be on the new Square Enix website. I don't know if it still is, but go and have a look. Um, Unfortunately, it's another one of those titles where my computer's so good it runs like shit on it. Uh,
My computer's so good it makes
so,
all the games shit.
yeah,
It's
it
like
makes old
the
games
opposite
shit.
of what you want.
Yeah, but I'm pretty sure I've got it on 360, so I can always play it on that at some point. Um, but yeah, it's a cool little cartoony game about a ninja and all of his ninja buddies who have disappeared, and you've got to go and find them. And you can use your hat as a boat, and it's kind of adorable. Um,
Well, what I put into the
Next up,
thumbnail has him as or using like a ramen bowl.
yeah, that's his hat.
That's a hat.
It's like a
Okay.
massive bowl.
Okay. It's a big hat.
Next up, a bit more Puzzle Quest on Android. Still quite enjoying it. I'm enjoying collecting the covers from the comics and upgrading my team and getting. Um, yeah, I got Star Lord yesterday. And I was like, yay! So it's pretty cool. I'm enjoying it, and a little bit of Xenoblade Chronicles 2. I basically picked it up when played it for about half. So yeah, I guess it's news time. Gary, why don't you
I'm trying to find the
kick it
pen. Hold
off?
on. 4211 was it? And then 4220 maybe? Alright. So, Microsoft is opening up their gifting program to PC games and all Xbox One titles instead of I think it used to be just certain games, right? You couldn't buy like every or you couldn't gift everything. I think it had to be like main Xbox games, something like that.
Yeah,
Microsoft games, I guess.
Microsoft games.
Yeah,
Yeah, so that's pretty cool.
yeah, yeah.
There's
Prior to today,
nothing.
Microsoft only let players purchase and gifts like Xbox One titles, along with Xbox One downloadable content and subscriptions to Xbox Live Gold and Xbox Game Pass. Yeah.
Yeah, so if you want to gift any of your PC gaming friends a game, make sure it's not cheaper on Steam first, obviously. Um, and if it's only possible to get it through Microsoft Store because it's a Microsoft game, then God damn it.
God damn you, you fucking phone, you motherfucker. By the way, that's Dance Mom, probably. 4330. This is the fun that we have here over at the games. Anyway, I'm trying to find games that are just on. Well, I guess this. Oh, wait. I just closed out of that. Looking for just. Let's see. How do I find these? Xbox Live games? Would that be it? Probably. I'm trying to see what's only on, like, the Xbox or the Microsoft Store shit. I don't see anything that matters. Too bad I can't share Cuphead with Dan over it. That'd be nice.
Okay, yeah, it'll be things like Sea of Thieves. It's only the Microsoft titles that you can gift on PC because they're all the only ones on the Microsoft Store that work, the Windows 10 jobs. So, Forza Horizon 3, Forza, whatever it is, 7, was it 6? I can't remember.
7.
Um, and Sea of Thieves.
I'm trying to see if there's a way to sort by, only on Microsoft Store. But, yeah, I don't know how to. I don't know if there's a way to do any of that shit. Because it says, like, Xbox Live games and stuff, but I don't know if you can actually, like, just look at. There's just categories here. No, I don't see anything. It just says for here. But, anyhow, so they're opening that up. Like Dan said, I guess on new titles, free games, and DLC content, and virtual currency.
Yeah, basically what I'm saying is don't buy your PC friend a game on the Xbox store, on the Microsoft store, if it's available elsewhere, because it'll be cheaper and it'll run better
Probably.
elsewhere.
And you can probably get on Green Man Gaming for cheaper if it's not on Steam for cheaper.
Yeah.
I love Green Man Gaming. By the way, I guess they're having their birthday thing going on. Yeah, that's what.
Yeah. Yep.
So, I guess this is a shitting on them, but at least you can do it on the Xbox One for any game now.
Yeah.
It doesn't really matter on the PC,
So
I guess.
Pretty cool.
Yes.
Another bit of news. I think I'm going to be getting an Xbox One at some point. So.
No way.
Yeah, that's going to happen. Burnout Revenge. I already own several copies of it.
I need to find my copy so I can put it into my fucking Xbox. Actually,
one of mine is
Xbox
digital,
upstairs.
so that's fine.
Yeah, okay.
I've also got the original Xbox version of it somewhere.
Sweet.
Okay, well, next up, lots of companies complain about how much it costs them to make a video game, and that's why they've got to charge so much for them, yada, yada, yada. Well, it turns out Shadow of the Tomb Raider cost about $100 million to make, and they're spending about 35 million for marketing and promotion, which is pretty freaking crazy. No one's telling these people that's no one has said to Square Enix, you've got to make it for that amount of money. No one's asking for stupidly expensively made games. We just want good games.
Right.
I mean, Hellblade, Senua's Sacrifice, that had so much less budget than
Just bringing
Shadow
around to
of the Tomb
what
Raider.
Jason Gallagher asked yesterday. Undertale, fucking indie game, fucking amazing. Probably made shit tons of money.
Yeah, and considering this is a predominantly a single player story driven game, which makes post-launch monetization a lot harder because people trade in games. They don't make any money from the trade-in.
Or the resale of a traded game.
Yeah, that's going to put a lot of pressure on them to turn a profit. Apparently, that's why they've dedicated some of their money and resources to experimenting with different game modes and game concepts that can basically loot boxes kind of thing, but not loot boxes. I'm guessing it'll have loot boxes.
It better not have fucking loot boxes.
It said in a quote, one of the representatives said, "We're doing tests, we are learning, and we're working out how to apply that to our games. We have to be careful about the fans. Online does not have to mean multiplayer. It could, but it could also mean something different. It can be a single player experience, but online. Online for me does not mean that we forget the single player experience. It could be part of that experience, or it might mean we try multiplayer things at the same time. If you're going to put single player stuff online, don't do that. Just just release it as DLC. Don't make people have to be online to play it. We don't like it when we have to be online to play a single player game.
Right. People should have learned
But
from whenever
apparently,
Microsoft tried to have you online all the time.
yeah. Well, apparently, studio head David and Fosse said he was fascinated with the success of Hellblade: Senua's Sacrifice, which cost a lot less than that game to make and was sold for a lot less. It was sold at $30. Um,
Oh, I thought it was $40.
no, it was $30 game, and
Damn.
it was a 6 to 8 hour. Yeah, I guess that's about right. 6 to 8 hours to finish it. I've finished it a couple of times now. Um, I absolutely loved it. But yeah, hopefully, hopefully it'll be good. I have enjoyed the most recent Tomb Raider games, so I'm probably going to pick it up. I'm not going to pre-order it because I'm not an idiot. Um, but
It's the future, Dan. Pre-order everything.
no, don't give money to a company for something they haven't made yet, and you don't know if it's going to be any good. You know, read some reviews, find out about it.
Unless you know
Don't
you're
buy
going to
stuff
love
day
it.
one, and don't pre-order. You know, let other idiots do that.
Unless it's a $200, collector's edition that you have to have.
Yeah, I guess. Um,
I
and
wish
then
everybody could
only
have
if
seen that
it's
face that Dan gave me.
yeah, and then only if it's a limited number, and yeah, just
Don't judge
if
me,
you
Dan.
want stuff like that, just get Loot Crate Gaming.
No, it's not as good.
Okay,
Shut up. I need
I've
to
got
get
my
my
Harry Potter
amiibo.
socks on.
Nice. Is that it for you, Dan?
Yeah, that is it. So
Alright.
sticking with the same company though.
Right? This had to be like the same interview thing because it's the same guy, David and Fosse. And Fosse, whatever. Talking about Deus Ex, Mankind Divided, or just Deus Ex in general, the brand, or yeah. Um, Apparently it's not dead. So, but it's not dead. But with things like Shadow of the Tomb Raider, what was the other one I just saw? Shadow of the Tomb Raider. I can't find the one that something with the
The
Avengers.
Avengers.
Yeah, it was in the second paragraph.
And the
And then apparently a
third,
third thing that might be Guardians of the Galaxy, which is interesting that Square Enix is going to do that stuff. Maybe everyone gave up on Telltale. Actually, aren't they
well,
creating a second thing of Guardians of the Galaxy too?
I haven't finished playing quite a few Telltale games recently. I've even bought the latest Walking Dead one.
Yeah. No,
Um,
they. I
that's
mean,
been
we
out
kind of
for
got burned
ages.
out on them.
Yeah, I'll probably play them at some point. I will play a new Fables game if they do a new Fables game. I want to play that.
If it's actually good. Hopefully
Yeah,
it's good. But there's a quote here from the man. Deus Ex, of course, it's the brand of the studio. We are all attached to this franchise, but we cannot do everything, So we have Shadow of the Tomb Raider. We have the co-developed with Crystal Dynamics on the Avengers, and we have a third game in development, so it's enough for us at the moment. And like I said, possibly with Guardians of the Galaxy. And to go into it, even though I like the Thief game, it wasn't great, but it was enjoyable enough. They didn't say anything about that, so that's probably dead after the praise it didn't get. But he
yeah,
says for Thief there is no plan. So goodbye, Thief. Yeah. So that's really it for that. So Dan, next.
yeah. There were a couple of sciencey things in the news that I wanted to talk about. I decided the one about quantum entanglement was a little bit too in depth because whilst I found it interesting, I thought maybe it's not ideal podcast. But if you want to know about that, just Google video game quantum entanglement and you can read that article. This one is from MIT's technology review website. So yeah, it's kind of interesting. Um, Basically, one of the great things about computer modeling techniques is that they make it possible to simulate various real world phenomena in really great detail. Things like fluid dynamics, which has pretty much replaced the use of wind tunnels, and social network simulations have changed the way we understand traffic jams and crowd control, as well as fake news. And then there's games like Grand Theft Auto and Second Life, which allow players to experiment with alternate realities. Now, this has had a huge influence on science, and its impact on the humanities and the study of history has been less marked. But there is an undergraduate history course that you can take at, I have no idea where because I haven't scanned through this quick enough, that basically, it's at Abdullah Gül University in Turkey. So you might not be going to that one. Um, um, there's a course where they've developed this undergraduate course, history course, in which students use historical computer games to better understand this subject. It's pretty straightforward. Over the last 4 years, they've incorporated a variety of computer games into their history course, and in a way to determine which best stimulate discussion and improve student understanding. The course covers 3 ages in history: the Middle Ages, focusing on the great schism in the Christian world, and the Sunni Shia split in the Islamic world. Then the early modern age, which includes things like the Industrial Revolution, and the modern age, which is the 2 world wars last century. So the games they've played have been things like Civilization, Total, and then the grand strategy games by Paradox, like Crusader Kings and Europa Universalis and Hearts of Iron. Yeah, and it's pretty cool. They found that some of these games are much better for learning purposes than others, and the grand strategy series of games actually provided the most comprehensive experience due to their level of detail and high historical accuracy. So yeah, I basically wanted to say how awesome video games are. I mean, people are taking undergraduate courses and they have to play awesome games. Basically, after each session, when for whatever game they played, they had to write a 500-word blog post about their experience, and then they had to choose one area to specialize in and write a 3,000-word essay on the research they undertook.
Holy shit.
These games also taught students about the complex interactions between economic, religious, technological, political, and cultural forces, which obviously play a crucial role in all societies. In particular, they learned how societies were different in the past and how this affected outcomes. And this change of perspective greatly increased their understanding of certain key historical events. So yeah, pretty cool. And yeah, great. I really, if my history course included that, then yeah, I'd have taken A-level history. They asked me to, but I was like, no, I don't want to do history. I don't want to do chemistry, physics, and biology. But if they'd said, oh yeah, you'll be playing Civilizations, well, I play that anyway. That would be easy homework. But yeah, I love the fact that people are seeing the benefits of video games and actually including them in. I mean, the course isn't just playing video games. There's more to it than that.
It should be.
And obviously they have to choose games with a good model, a good computer model behind them.
Well, it's like I told you before. Like I used Age of Empires to fucking answer questions in history class, which worked out pretty well for me. I felt smart. Thank you, Age of Empires. You rule.
Yeah, I mean, there's one idea is there are certain points in history where circumstances ensure there could only be one outcome, um, regardless of how the relevant people behaved. Um, in 1914, the world's widely thought to have been on the precipice of war, so much so that the supposed trigger for the conflict was the assassination of Archduke Ferdinand in Sarajevo. Apparently, with computer modeling, that was inconsequential. Almost any act of international significance would have pretty much started the war at that time. Um, and we found that with computer modeling. So, it's absolutely brilliant. I love what's happening with computer modeling. The only slightly scary thing is that the closer we get to being able to replicate the universe inside a computer on a computer model, the higher the chances are that we are in a simulation. That's kind of crazy. But if we are in a simulation, that means that there is a higher power, the people who created the simulation. But it's also
Oh my
possible
god, it's the
that
Matrix!
that is future us, and we're in future us's simulation of the universe. Yeah, it's a bit of a
Stop
spoon
fucking with
bendy
me, Dan.
thought. Yeah.
Where we
Okay, what's
create
next?
space games and shit. Alright, so, I wish there was more information about how they fucking stole hundreds of video games, but, these three people, names, Shane Maxwell, 29, Dalton Krug, 27, and Janine Koshmer, 29. Somehow fucking stole. I'm guessing they work for a retail. I don't know. Something. They work somewhere and were able to get hundreds, well, it says more than 300 video games, and sold them to GameStop and Target and Walmart, like saying it that, you know, these things, or, you know, well, trading in games and stuff like that at GameStop, and, you know, trading games in and saying, you know, they're theirs even though they're not. How they fucking, you know, did this and how many different stores they had to go to. But apparently it yielded up to about $2,000. Which is sad because if they were like $60 games or whatever, GameStop actually. I want to look that up. Here, where's my calculator on here? Just wondering. Alright, so let's see. 60 times 300. Of course, my number locks off.
Whilst you're doing that, I've been watching.
$18,000.
I've been watching a guy that used to work at GameStop's video channel on YouTube, and he's said stuff that GameStop have done, which was basically he'd get a load of games in from head office, and they basically told him to open them up and then sell them as pre-owned, brand new games, and then sell them as pre-owned for more than the standard game costs.
Oh, fuck.
So they put a pre-owned title for $65 instead of $60, and it was a brand new title. They just wanted to make more money off it. Yeah.
Yeah,
Glad I
so
don't have to
they
go
only
to
made 10% of what the fucking games would cost if they actually got 60. They should have sold them on eBay, for one. It would have been a lot better for them. But yeah, because fucking GameStop doesn't give you enough. You guys are fucking dumb.
Boot sales or, you know.
Something. Anything that would get you actual money. Like, if I stole 300 games, you bet my ass I'm fucking selling them on eBay or something where, you know, I mean, it can get traced back to me, but, you know, how are they gonna know that I stole the games? I don't know. And, you know, it's not in... Wait, where did it say that they sold them? They sold them at Canandaigua in Monroe County for 3 months. Over 3 months. It only made $2,000. That's nice. Wow. Jesus Christ. Let's see. They're facing charges for the individual licensees of the games from Target and... Okay, so that's where they got them. They got them from Target and Walmart stores. And Victor. Does it actually say what state, or is this... I don't know. It feels like it's in Canada just because of Canandaigua. But yeah. So they're fucking dumb. Just put it that way. I would have fucking gone to eBay or somewhere, Amazon. I don't know. Yeah. You guys suck. You're dumb. You like lost a lot of money anyway. All right, Dan. Last piece. I think you said this is funny.
Yeah. There's a baseball game, Super Mega Baseball 2 by Metalhead Software. And, well, yeah, it's really hard to watch this clip and not laugh. But it turns out you can kill the pitchers in this
Nice.
game. Basically, you've got to hit them in the head with the ball, and the pitcher just falls back and dies, and it's very funny. And yeah,
Sorry, I just thought.
you can't not watch that without laughing. So
Oh, I
so
thought I was
go
gonna do a
and
replay of it. Damn it! I'm gonna watch it
no,
again. Hold on.
but go and watch that. For the people who are watching now in the chat, I am posting the link. Go and check it out. It's
Fuck.
very funny. Yeah, you can kill pitchers in that game, and no one on the other team really cares. It just carries on as normal.
Maybe he just got knocked out. Maybe he's not dead.
I don't know, man.
Oh, apparently
but
Rob's
yeah,
played it.
I kind of want to give it a go now and see.
Super Mega Baseball 2. Is that on Steam?
I have no idea.
Well, we're
But
gonna
yeah,
look
that
it
is
up.
it. That is it for the news.
Alright, so that is one of. We'll just do 106. Why the fuck not? Okay, so I guess we're moving on.
Yeah, it is time for all the stuff you've said.
You're
Hey,
better
Gamesmen,
reader.
don't worry. I wouldn't ever bother you guys with a long, annoying, complicated veterans cult. I'll keep it short, like Gary's doing.
Dong.
You know, I've really, well, like Gary's dong. Yeah, misread that.
Why
You know,
did I correct you on that?
You know,
Okay,
I've
so-
really been enjoying all of the entertainment I've recently taken in on different cults in America. I've been doing that too. I hope you guys can recommend some more. Wild Wild Country was all right, and it came with a phenomenal soundtrack. But I would like you guys to give Holy Hell on Netflix a go. Clocking in at around 90 minutes. It starts with a guy from my neck of the woods. As a matter of fact, 10 minutes up the road. Actually, the picture on my... Are you sure it's not you? It's strange, I've never heard of them. Anyway, this guy joins a weird cult, and by the end of the documentary, most of its members realize something very obvious has taken place. Check it out. I can't recommend it enough. One thing I've learned is that it's not all but a big number of cult. Is that not all but a big number of cult leaders were in films before, like The Godfather, Rosemary's Baby, etc., or they're wannabe rock stars? Okay, so they've been in. A lot of leaders have been in. Have been famous. I don't understand. Are people weak and gullible that they believe these cult leaders or wants in on the orgies? I don't know, but you guys are welcome to join mine anytime. I'm calling it the commune wankers. Anyway, I hope you guys are doing good. Remember, my door is always open. That's from Jason Gollaher.
I'm guessing he's talking about his back door because he loves it up the ass.
Yeah, cults. I've been really into cults, listening to loads of stuff about them,
Cults from
and watching stuff.
Parcast, like we've said about, well, it's not just cults with Last Podcast and Left, but it's fucking funny what they talk about anyway. And, you know, serial killers and stuff. But, I mean, people are... Some people just need to believe something, and they believe cult leaders. No matter how crazy it is. And you don't really have many cults, if any, really, that actually have orgies. Normally, it's just a leader that gets to have sex with everyone.
Yeah, and loads of things you're not allowed to. Now, I watched a couple of videos yesterday on cults on the TED YouTube channel with people who have actually left cults talking about what their life was like in the cult. So you might want to check them out because they're pretty good. They were all about 20, 30 minutes.
Dear Franklin Jones was a good one. I think that was from Wondery. I think I can't remember. Trying to remember the other one that well, it was Heaven's Gate, but this guy's talking about, and that guy actually was like raised in a cult himself too, the host of the show. So that was
Yeah.
interesting, getting his perspective on. I can't remember what cult he was in, but yeah, he kind of talks about that, and he actually gets interviewed by somebody else about the cult that he was in. So yeah.
And there's Young Charlie
Oh
by
yeah.
Hollywood and Crime. Obviously, Charles Manson. Um, I can't remember what else. Cults.
I can't find my. Oh, there's my phone. I got so many podcasts. It's fucking ridiculous.
Yeah, I'm still scrolling through mine. A Real Crime Profile. They talk about cults now and then. They're kind of worth a check. Um, but yeah, I definitely recommend some of the TED videos. The people who have left cults. Um, right. Next up, TGM Quest. Last week we asked you what mechanic or something, what thing is in video games dead by now. So Gary, why don't you
All right. Well,
kick us
Ben,
off?
Mr. Ironhander, or Reliquy with him on the phone because his fucking computer still doesn't work. He says Nintendo failing to impress me. Fuck you, sir. Seriously, I used to be a fanboy, and now I revile, right? Would it be revile?
Yeah.
I guess it's revile. Them in most cases.
And then it's Gamer Girl 27 who says definitely quick time events because I'm terrible at them. Yeah.
Yeah.
QTEs suck.
Yeah. This must have came from me and Steve talking about Assassin's Creed the other day. Escort missions, bro. And the other thing was the following fucking people in Assassin's Creed we were talking about. That shit sucked. Where you gotta listen to a conversation, sneak, and not be seen. I fucking hated those. I swear to God, if they're in this game, I'm gonna be so pissed.
Yeah, they were even in GTA 4 missions like that.
Yeah, like following in a car and shit. Yeah, that stuff. Yeah. I just hate that shit. It goes so slow. It's boring. It's not fun. All right.
And
Andy also says,
people who walk. That's what I hate. People who walk and talk, and you've got to stick near them whilst they're talking.
Yeah,
it's
that's
not,
the one
you're
I'm
not
talking
spying
about.
on them.
Yeah.
You're just strolling along in the conversation, and they just don't. They don't walk at the normal walking speed. And
wait, you're talking about when you're actually talking to somebody in a game, or they're talking.
Yeah, when you're actually talking to someone, and they walk at a different pace from the normal walking or running pace. So you're either always speeding up and slowing down, and that really pisses me off.
Speaking of that, I had that in Assassin's Creed Origins. Well, it's funny at the very beginning of the game because you're with this guy and you're on camels and you're fucking running everybody over. He's just running every fucking person over and it doesn't matter. But whenever I was in Alexandria talking to a fucking person, or talking to this one guy, or this guy was talking to me, he fucking, like, runs into somebody, stops, turns around, doesn't know what the fuck he's doing, and then I'm, like, waiting for him to fucking get his bearings and come back to me. So, yeah, that's... I do not like that. Anyway, to finish off Steve, he says, and RPG fights that you're supposed to lose to advance story. That doesn't happen as much anymore, though. Trying to think what else there was. There's one that, Denok gets into.
Xenoblade Chronicles does that.
Well, I mean, okay, so the one that I'm thinking
you
that is like
can't win.
Well, I haven't had one that I can't win, I don't think, but you win and you fucking lose anyway. Like that happens for every single battle. You win, but they still fucking beat you after it. It's very annoying, but like you don't technically lose. It's just like how the story goes. Because it's like you're not really gonna beat this person because they're overpowered and stuff. But yeah. All right. Next up.
Next up is Big Rob 029. He says, "Damn, that's Relic or Ironhander with the Nintendo Reality Check. Definitely agree. I haven't bought anything from Nintendo since the original Wii. The mobile stuff is interesting, but not compelling enough.
Fuck you both.
I want to Switch, but there's nothing I absolutely need to play on it.
Yes, there is.
of Mario Odyssey. My
Zelda.
personal beef is the resistance to cross-platform play. Mobile figured it out, and that space is completely controlled by the greedy brands that are all about their own walled gardens. It's not perfect, but it'd be nice to see consoles finally bury their hatchets.
Speaking of that, Minecraft for the Switch, the new version is released next month, which is going to be cross between Xbox and everything, Xbox PC and all that.
Apart from PS4.
Yeah, PS4 is the only one not doing it. There's still, well, I mean, they're winning the fucking. Mario is too kitty. Fuck you! Mario's not kitty! Mario's so good. I love it. Zelda wants too much of an investment. No, not really. You don't have to, like, spend shit tons of time in it. There's many games on there I can talk about. Minecraft, Rocket League are doing it right. Oh, fuck, what was I gonna say? Oh, yeah, I mean, I think PS4 is not doing it just because they're like, oh, we're winning this fucking war right now, so, you know, we don't need to.
Yeah.
Holy shit. I guess moving on. Einhander, real quick. I bought a 3DS and barely ever used it. Probably only for Monster Hunter. I guarantee that's probably what he only used it on. Mobile gaming is not for me either. As I either am working or at home, so Nintendo's idea of only portable just doesn't work for me. I grant you the Switch is a step in the right direction, but it will but it will never replace or completely compete with boxes or with boxes or stations in terms of raw gaming power. Of course not. Nintendo does them. Anyway, it's frustrating because I know if they want to, they could slap us all on our foreheads with big dick gaming, as we all would hail our one true console gaming overlords. Alas, 'tis not to be. I would also wager it might have to do with all the gimmicky shot I feel they've been on about since GameCube. Yeah, I mean, Nintendo does Nintendo,
Yeah. Well,
and Rob
next up,
says Sony
Marcanic.
is still the weak link.
Yeah. Next up, it's Marcanics. He says escort and or protect missions, but the friendly AI is dumb as a hoof-wangling spangle twat and is constantly getting killed and making you fail the mission. Yeah, I
Yeah,
agree with
I'm
that.
trying to remember what game did that. A recent game that I played that the fucking AI always just sucked. Well, I know one that I hated on was um, Metro 2033. Fucking AI guy sucked, and he just kept fucking dying at the end of the game because of those balloon things that explode. Fucking annoying. Um, I really didn't like that. And what the fuck is a hoof wangling spangled twat? I go with the bird dragon.
It's an awesome insult. That's what it is.
Oh, it's quite made up. All right. The knock. Last but not least, when enemies are shooting you, when there's a building on fire or is falling apart, like really, we're both gonna die. Am I too late on the quest? No, he's not. And then he says at JSS like there's a mission in Hellblade where you're supposed to lose. Well, I kept fighting for 30 minutes before realizing that. I was so mad.
Yeah, there's actually two fights in Hellblade that you're supposed to lose.
I know. Well, I think it was at the very end. Didn't you have to lose?
Yeah, and there's one quite near the beginning.
Mm.
Anyway, this week we have another quest. I want to know what your favorite non-violent. So get those answers in before we next week's show, and we'll read them out.
Yay.
I guess now it's time for the good old TGM checks, the chance for you to tell us what you've been playing this week, and maybe one day it'll work so that someone can put a TGM check up of the game they're playing that's multiplayer and they can join. But
one of these days. All right. I guess I'll go first. Jason like he says, finish rhyme. He said he really liked that too, but it was shit on the Switch. Finished Xenoblade Chronicles 2. Look at that, he's fucking finished everything. Now on to question mark. I don't know. I
Hmm.
can't remember what he has to play. Um, maybe we should pick up.
Hellblade's really good.
Yeah, there you go.
Next, Relic or Iron Hand, just a dab of Monster Hunter World. Not much this week at all. You should get a Switch and then you can play stuff whilst you're at work.
Speaking of Monster Hunter Double Cross Ultimate, whatever the fuck they're calling it, is coming to the Switch. And I was talking to Steve about it. He's like, I don't know if I could go back because of the whole like open map and everything is amazing in World. Rob says, Sea of Thieves, Destiny, Rocket League, all single player that Dan can't play with us. um, let's see.
I can play Sea of Thieves.
Yeah. Let's see. Gamer Girl 27. She says Ratchet and Clank and Monster Hunter World. She still has not played with me. God damn it. Very angry.
Next up, it's the real Defoe. Gary D. Felice says, so sad. I'm in my spring summer gaming break. But I've been watching Westworld, Handmaid's Tale, and The Expanse.
Handmaid's Tale is very good this season so far. Last episode was a little bit slow, but yeah. We're never playing Destiny. I'm sorry. Let's see. Mr. Rainey says Rocket League, Insurgency, Motorsport Manager, Mobile 2. The triple M2. There you go.
Next up, M underscore board, Assassin's Creed Origins, Conan Exiles, and The Elder Scrolls Skyrim.
Ooh. And Rogue says Plants vs. Zombies.
Next up, actually, with the hashtag TGM Quest instead of TGM Check, is Psalm 69. Yeah, you got that wrong. Rhyme, God of War, Splatoon 2, and Xenoblade 2. Hey, yeah, Splatoon 2 and Xenoblade 2. They're two great Switch games, aren't they?
Yeah, they are. Come on, Rob. There's a lot of play. And, you know, I would even get Rocket League to play with you on the Switch. Alright. Mark Hanks, he says, started off Mafia 3. Pretty great intro to the game, to be fair. Heard a lot of mixed reviews regarding the game. Gets boring later. So far, so good, though. Dan was one of those ones that did not like it.
Yeah, the only thing that kept me playing was the awesome soundtrack. I do have some DLC for it now, so I'm going to dive back in and play that because it was free with, well, it wasn't free, it was part of my Humble Bundle monthly subscription. So, yeah, I'll give that a go. Next up, it's Big Rob029, who's been playing Rocket League, Destiny 2, Sea of Thieves, tried to get the 20 skills achievement. Turns out it doesn't exist. Darwin Project, I need to give that a go.
Yeah,
Gems of War,
too.
Xbox and Android, and Evil Apples, which is a pretty good mobile Cards Against Humanity clone. There is an actual Cards Against Humanity mobile game. I don't know if it's been released yet on Android.
So is that like Apples to App? Isn't it called Apples to Apples? The other game that's like Cards Against Humanity. Well, it was out before Cards Against Humanity, but it's like the clean version. So I guess this is evil Apples to Apples or bad Apples to Apples. I don't know.
Yeah, the one I've got is Cards Against Friends.
Aww, that sounds adorable.
Which is, I think, made by the actual people who made Cards Against Humanity. It's still in beta.
And last but not least, again, hopefully, Dan, check Discord real quick. The Nox says, finished God of War. Really need to play it. Started in Act 2. I also bought Firewatch on a Xbox sale, but haven't played it. Firefox, yeah. Firewatch was a good game. I liked it a lot.
And GamerGirl27 liked Firewatch. Okay, that is it. So, Gary, have you got any shouts?
The concerned listeners that don't like me drinking. Sorry.
But it was pretty cool because we get feedback, so thanks for that.
Thank you for actually caring, because most people don't. But I'm much better since my wife is ruining her life for whatever reason. Bastard. Anyway, so Dan, how about you?
Yeah, I'd like to shout out Big Rob. He's been typing away in the chat. Obviously, thank you to everyone who's contributed to emails, TGM Check or TGM Quest. Rory and Lee, who I played some PUBG with earlier today, and yeah, my mate Rich and his wife Claire, who is really close to having a baby
Yay.
sometime in the next few days.
Oh,
So
and
good luck.
forgot to say, shout out to all the mummies out there, yay! Because tomorrow
Yeah,
is Mummy's Day,
and we've been playing Assassin's Creed Origins, which is set in Egypt.
and that's why I called the show what it is this week. You'll have to wait to find
Yeah.
out till later today. Um,
Okay, web for the week to come, Gary. Where can people find you? Get a hold,
Emerson
play a
89,
game or something.
yeah, Emerson 89 is Xbox Live, Twitter, Uplay. Emerson Square 9 is Steam. Actually, it's mostly going to be Uplay just because I'm playing a lot of Assassin's Creed. Or if I'm on my PS4, which will be in a little bit. Eris underscore 89 is Steam. Eris 1289 is Nintendo Network, Origin, and Minecraft. And Eris 0289 is PSN and Twitch. Dan, you.
I am hardly Dan everywhere that Gary just. If you want to add me, which then you probably need my friend code because I think all my friends that have on Twitter or Facebook that have got switches have already added me. That number is 69 69 42 98 42 81. Okay.
Alright. Let's tell
So,
folks.
yeah, new followers, where people can get hold of us.
What's it
Go for
called
it.
on the website thing? It's not like follow. Well, I guess they kind of do follow. It's like they like the site or something like that. Whatever. Anyway, so you can get us on our face. Damn it. You can get us on our website, which is gamesmen.com, and we have a new whatever there, which is, yes, 6969, which is Kevin J.P. Ebsworth. You can get us on Facebook at The Gamesmen Podcast, which is facebook.com/The Gamesmen. You can send us a voicemail at the RPG hotline, which is 412-267-RPG1 or 412-267-7741. And if you live anywhere other than the US, then you should send in a SpeakPipe, which is speakpipe.com/TGMRPG. You can send us an email at thegamesmanrpg@gmail.com. You can get us on Twitter at thegamesmanrpg. You can submit a hashtag TGM check and TGM quest over there, or you can get on our Discord and do it there because that's the best. That's where everyone does it anymore. And then you can also get us on our YouTube channel, which is youtube.com/thegamesmanrpg. Our Twitch is twitch.tv/thegamesmanrpg. And our Mixer is mixer.com/thegamesmanrpg. Our Podbean, where all of our... Every time I just keep looking at the fucking name. Our Podbean, where all of our shows are kept at, is thegamesmanrpg.podbean.com. And this is either Don Gitchell or Dong Etchel. I don't know, but I like Dong Etchel better. You can also get us on Stitcher. Hopefully, I haven't looked yet since iTunes have been fucking fixed and everything. And then I haven't checked the iTunes reviews either lately.
I have only, we've still only got 3. So if
We need
you are listening
more.
to this, and enjoyed it, hit subscribe, give us a review. It'll really help because we basically had to restart on
It seems
iTunes.
really easy, but it really helps. Going with
Yeah.
Parcast. Just gonna fucking copy them. We're not psychologists or psychiatrists either. And then the VG Hub, VGHub.net, that's where all of our affiliated podcasts, people we talk to, people we love, people that we podcast with. Yeah, VGHub.net. You can go and donate to good causes like Extra Life or Special Effect. So do that, please. Help people.
Okay,
And kids.
before we finally go, another quick little shout out because I've just noticed there's a couple of other people in Twitch. So, Electrical Skateboard,
Hey.
McWales 420, don't know how to pronounce that, terribly sorry, and Slow Cool. Thank you very much for dropping by and having a listen. We are the Gamesmen, and until next time, we ask.
What role will you play? Yay! We actually made it over 30 minutes this time.
Yep, and I've got to go eat.
Oh, okay. Well, I guess I'll turn this off. So, bye, everyone. Thank you for coming around. And
Chat to you,
spending
bye.
time
Catch you
with us.
next week.
Bye-bye.